Good evening. This is our last lesson for Unit 4. Lesson 34, multiply a mixed number by a whole number by using the distributive property. So in the past lessons, we've seen different ways of solving these problems. And for 3 times 2 and 1/4, there's different ways of breaking this up to get to our product. By using tape diagrams, by doing repeated addition. But tonight we're going to really focus on using the distributive property, where we kind of take the numbers apart and we put them in parentheses and to help us kind of organize and break down to get to our product. So let's just get started. So 5 times 3 and 2/12. So if we're going to use the distributive property, let me get this. We're going to put 5 times 3 and 2/12. And we're going to now use the distributive property to figure this out. 5 times, and we're going to break apart the whole from the fraction. So 3 plus 2/12. Now, distributive property is where we distribute, means we give off, we give out that 5 to each one of those numbers, the whole and the fraction. So 5 times 3, that's one part, plus 5 times 2/12. And now we solve the work in the parentheses, because 5 times 3, well, that's going to be 15, plus 5 times 2/12, that's going to give us 10/12. And if we add these up, we get 15 and 10/12. But 10/12 definitely can be reduced, and that can be reduced by 2. So let's bring over our whole, which is 15, and in the numerator is a 5, and the denominator is a 6. 15 and 5, 6. Next one, 3 times 4 and 2/8. All right, let's start changing this up here. We're going to do 3 times 4 and 2/8. Now get the distributive. 3 times 4, break it up. And now we're ready to distribute that 3 to the 4 and the 2/8. So, first one, 3 times 4 plus 3 times 2/8. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 2/8 is 6/8. Now, if we add them up, we get 12 and 6/8. But looking at 6/8, we can make that into simplest form by dividing the top and the bottom by 2. Bring over your whole. And the numerator is a 3, and the denominator is a 4. 12 and 3/4 is your new mixed number. All right, next one, 4 times 6 and 1/3. So if we break this up right here, the section right here, we are showing distributive. 4 times 6, we do 4 times 6 plus 4 times 1/3. 4 times 6 is 24. And 4 times 1/3, that would be 4/3. So now if we add them up, we're going to get 24 and 4/3. But we can't leave 4/3 as an improper fraction or fraction greater than 1. So what we have to do is we have to pull that whole out. And when we pull that whole out, we get 3/3. So there's our whole, and we're left with 1/3. So now we need to add that whole onto 24, which would be 25. And what we're left over is 1/3. So our answer is 25 and 1/3. I can keep trying new things when I feel like giving up. What a great advice. All right, let's try it with these next few problems. 4 times 4 and 2/10 gives us what? And if you have a mixed number that has an improper fraction in it, please convert it. I'd like to see your work on this tomorrow. 6 times 4 and 3/5. Show your work tomorrow. He followed me home. Can I keep him? Can you imagine that? These memes are fun. So, congratulations, you finished Unit 4 on fractions. And we're going to be on our way to decimals. Have a great night, guys.